A knife flew across a luxury Miami penthouse. It went 3 inches into a man's chest, pierced his heart. And the woman who threw it called 911 and said, "Baby, I'm so sorry." Then she told police she was the victim. This is the Courtney Clenny case, and the deeper you go, the more your jaw drops. And we're just getting started. Full story on the untold case. Watch it now. Courtney Clenny, known online as Courtney Taylor, was living a life most people only see on screens. 2 million Instagram followers. A $10,000 a month penthouse on the 25th floor of the One Paraiso building in Miami. An OnlyFans account that made her $1.8 million in a single year. She was 26 years old. Beautiful. Untouchable. Or so it seemed. Christian Obumseli was 27. A cryptocurrency investor from Nigeria. Charismatic. Successful. By everyone who knew him. Deeply in love with Courtney. They moved in together in January 2022. 3 months later, he was dead. Here is what neighbors reported before that night. Screaming, crashing, violence, coming from that penthouse constantly. Police were called to the building multiple times. Not once, not twice, repeatedly. But nothing was ever done. And then prosecutors revealed the security footage. Courtney choking Christian, hitting him, throwing objects, multiple incidents, caught on camera inside the building. Weeks before April 3rd, she slashed his face. Prosecutors are not saying Christian was the aggressor. They're saying Courtney was, and the footage is their evidence. April 3rd, 2022, late afternoon. An argument in the penthouse. Details disputed. What is not disputed? A kitchen knife left Courtney's hand, traveled across the room, struck Christian Obumseli in the chest, 3 inches deep into his heart. Courtney called 911. On the recording, she can be heard saying, "My boyfriend is dying of a stab wound. Baby, I'm so sorry." Paramedics arrived. Christian was already gone. Here is where it gets complicated. Courtney told police she threw the knife in self-defense. That Christian had pushed her, thrown her to the ground, and she grabbed the knife and threw it from about 10 feet away. The medical examiner looked at that wound and said that is not physically possible. A knife thrown from 10 feet does not penetrate 3 inches into a chest and pierce the heart. The force required means something else happened. So what actually happened in that penthouse? That is what this trial is going to answer. The case did not move fast. Courtney was not even arrested on the night. She flew to Hawaii, spent weeks there described by her team as in rehabilitation for trauma and PTSD. Then in August 2022, 4 months after Christian died, she was arrested, charged with second-degree murder, denied bond. And she has been sitting in a Miami jail ever since. 4 years. No trial. No verdict. While waiting for trial, the story got stranger. Courtney's own parents were arrested, charged with illegally accessing Christian's personal laptop after his death. Text messages showed the family and their legal team discussing how to guess Christian's password and unlock his device. Those charges were eventually dropped, but only after a judge ruled investigators had improperly accessed attorney-client communications. Then the defense tried to have the entire state attorney's office removed from the case, claiming prosecutors had seen privileged defense strategies and withheld evidence. The judge publicly lost patience. Told the courtroom, and I want you to hear this case is not going to be a telenovela. And yet, every hearing, it becomes more dramatic. The latest twist came in February 2026. Secret audio recordings. Christian had been recording Courtney, without her knowledge, inside their apartment. Prosecutors wanted those recordings played for the jury. The defense fought to suppress them, argued they were illegal, made without consent in a private space. The judge agreed. Those recordings Gone. The jury will never hear them. What was on them? We don't know. And now, we may never know. Trial is now set for August 2026, 4 years after Christian Obumseli was killed in his own home. The defense will argue Courtney was a domestic violence victim who acted in fear for her life. Prosecutors will argue the security footage, the forensic evidence, and the nature of that wound tell a completely different story. One question is going to sit in that courtroom for every single day of this trial. If she threw the knife from 10 feet away, how did it go 3 inches into his heart? 4 years, no trial, no verdict. The full story is on the Untold Case link in bio.